On this week's episode of the Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast, there's something that I actually saw that I keep looking at because I have it on my phone to talk about, and it keeps making me kind of snicker. So there was a art exhibition. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm not sure where it is. But the visitors before you go into this art exhibition there's a male and there's a female naked, and you have to go in between them to get into the art exhibit. So my question to you guys is, which way do you go? You go meat to meat, or you go butt to meat?
I think you go meat to meat. I think you play a little. I think you play a little sword dance and just
staring
shimmy
right
on
in the
by.
eyes. Yeah, that's right. You chose this, buddy.
This is me touching you now.
Now let me in.
Let me-
Here we go.
Wake up with the Sleeper Boys podcast, hosted by me and my brothers Bill and Dean. On this week's episode, we go over the week that was, childhood dreams, build your big three, Halloween candy edition. Continue the deep dive into spooky season during Dean's conspiracy theory of the week. And of course, we finish the show with some wacky fun during Bill's Balls games. Devo, how was your weekend?
Oh man, it was good. It was good. Went to the Red Wings game on Saturday with my buddy Tyler. That's currently their only win, so that was pretty cool to get to go and see their first win of the year. But that was a lot of fun. Of 4 games, okay.
As of this recording,
They've had a tough first run. Anyway, that's besides the point. That was a good time, you know. And then I actually hold on, I gotta bring it up real quick. I heard this story on the radio this morning or the other morning, and this guy in Greece, he just got he was arrested or sentenced to a month in prison because he was caught smelling like random families' shoes. Like he'd break into their house and then just start smelling their shoes. And the neighbors had like tried to like be like, hey, like just get him to stop. Like I don't know if he had like any sort of like mental problems or anything like that, but they were like told his family like, hey, like tell him to like have him stop doing it, and he just wouldn't. He just kept getting caught breaking into people's houses to smell their shoes. When the police finally came up on him, I bet you can guess what he was doing. He was smelling his family's shoes in the yard outside.
it wasn't me.
Pretty much. Like, what are you talking about? So he got sentenced to a month in prison and has to like go through like therapy or something like that. I mean, it's in Greece, so I don't really know. I don't know what that would be like in America. Like if somebody got, I mean, I guess technically it's breaking and entering still, right? Like
I don't know if we got room in the prisons for stuff like that. Well, they got to do something. I mean, yeah, they're right. That is B&E.
It's still a B&E, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So
he's just sitting in the yard. Hey,
pretty much like, just a nose full of shoe. It was like, oh gosh. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that was pretty much my whole weekend.
It's like what them police boots do.
Yeah, we should take them bad boys.
You've been wearing them all day, haven't you, officer?
You need a load off those.
Take a load off.
But yeah, that was what I see. Oh, and I bought Deadpool versus Wolverine over the weekend too, which I haven't watched yet, but
I haven't seen it either.
I was afraid that because I was just gonna wait for it to get on Disney Plus or whatever, but I was like, a lot of the time that's like a year out from now, especially for a really popular movie like that. You know, they have the trailer on Disney Plus, but they don't have, because I was going through Disney Plus and I saw the Deadpool versus Wolverine. I was like, no freaking way that I just paid $30 for this movie and it's on Disney Plus right now. I was like, in a couple months, sure. You know, it was to watch it now because it was like 25 to rent it and 30 to buy it. So
did you go out to Target and buy the DVD?
Oh yeah, just like everybody else was waiting in line. Buy the DVD, had to buy a DVD player. But yeah,
I still have one.
So do I. I still have like a full case of DVD because I wanted to. Well, I was collecting DVDs for a while.
Sure.
And then they, went out of style, and you can just watch any of those movies.
Yeah, but one day, I mean, some of the more popular movies with some of the artwork, I mean, I could see it.
It's true. Yeah, you never know. I know, like VHSs were going like for a minute, like as kind of like old video games, like they became collectible.
Mhm.
And if you have like an unopened, like sealed, like Casper movie per se, it's worth like quite a bit of money. Like surprising.
I mean,
because
plus the video quality it's not what it used to be, right?
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, yeah, that was it.
Another week of work and bad drivers. Yeah, the only thing from this week was had a wedding reception. Congratulations to Charlie and Janine.
Yeah, congrats.
That was a fun time. Got to see some people.
Oh, was that last weekend?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it was. Yeah, that was fun to see everybody, and that was about it. But the quote of the week is I came up with another one. I found, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." LeBron James. There's something that I actually saw that I keep looking at because I have it on my phone to talk about, and it keeps making me kind of snicker. So there was a art exhibition. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm not sure where it is. But the visitors, before you go into this art exhibition, there's a male and there's a female naked. And you have to go in between them to get into the art exhibit. So my question to you guys is, which way do you go? You go meat to meat, or you go butt to meat?
I think you go meat to meat. I think you play a little sword dance and just
staring
shimmy
right in
on
the
by.
eyes. Yeah, that's right. You chose this, buddy.
This is me touching you now.
Now let me in.
I feel like you almost have to say meat to meat because the other way is like, I'm getting all I can out of this later. And you're way by.
You're like, you need to fluff that up or what? Like, before I shimmy by, or you need some help, or
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Wait, hold on. Are they on podiums? Like, is that where it's like?
No, not from what you can tell. Yeah, no, it's eye level from where you're walking through. No, it's like,
yeah,
like if you were just standing there,
like
and somebody's walking right by.
It looks like, so it's a white girl and a black guy. The white girl probably looks about maybe a little taller than me, just based on the picture. But the black dude is just, he looks like he's 6'2".
And they're on podiums, so like
the
junk is in your face.
They're standing like right here, like at the door, and you have to squeeze between them.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah,
that's part of the art.
Yeah,
you squeeze between them.
Yeah.
What if I oil myself up before and I just slip right through?
Well, you're not naked.
I have to wait, what? I thought we had to be naked for this. Like, sir, you need to put that thing away.
Oiled man at art installation.
Dean just drops the robe. He's like, all right, we're ready to go into this.
Sir, you're not one of the models. I don't know.
You could probably, if you could walk in and do that and like stand in a certain spot, some people probably would think you're a part of the art.
They're like, man, they really messed this one up, huh?
It just shows the variations
curves of a man.
life.
The hair and the curves.
The love of a
average
curvaceous
man.
man.
He looks like a Victorian statue. The nude statue.
Somebody get
He's
him a
definitely got the
little
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
I just have a tiny little leaf.
I feel like there's more hair.
It's so realistic.
All right, that's what I kept looking at that, and I just kept kind of.
Well, they were real people, Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay.
I got you now.
So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, my week was all right. I mean, again, it was like coaching, but like my, ended up getting sick kids, man. So it's just kind of shut everything down, as that'll do. Earlier this week, I was asked like what I wanted to be when I was a kid, like when I grew up, and obviously wanted to play sports, right? I mean, but as I got older, I wanted to be a teacher and coach, and none of those things really happened. But I remembered when I was like 6-ish, between like 5 and 7, what I really wanted to be was a lion, like an actual lion. Like I thought you could grow up and just be whatever.
You still could.
Yeah. When they said you could grow up and be anything you wanted, like I really took that literally. I really thought I'd be able to grow up and be like a lion. And, maybe that's possible now. I mean, with all the kids that are like furries and whatnot, but like,
do whatever you want.
I was wondering, was there anything like that when you guys were little that you thought you could grow up and be?
No.
No.
I don't know if I had anything like that. I know I wanted to be I really wanted to like play ice hockey is what I wanted to do when I was really young. And we did not have the finances for something like that.
Oh, this is Mr. Golf Lessons.
That I didn't apply at all. Didn't play at all after. Man, I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we used to like play games where you pretend, but I don't think I ever thought I could grow up to be, like a pterodactyl or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
it would vary from time to time where I thought like, well, maybe I want to be like a T-Rex or something. Like actually, like I really thought you could just grow up and be those things.
that's pretty sweet.
I mean, it would have been. I'd be a lion right now, bro.
Used to practice WWE moves with one of my friends in elementary school. Like we had like a tag team. We're like, we're totally gonna be the world tag team champions one day.
Did you?
We did. Well, I became a champion in high school, but no. We didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe in our own minds. Then I just started playing sports and stopped playing on the playground. Just started playing soccer and stuff.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Well, yeah, I was curious.
No, I mean, I guess maybe at one point when I was a teenager, I thought I'd be Britney Spears' husband.
You definitely did. You still owe me money for that.
That's crazier than anything.
No, it was $1 million.
It was not $1 million.
It was $1 million because that's how confident you were that you were going to marry Britney Spears. You really, I mean, you were certain.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
don't know,
scary
$1
way.
million. Love me.
You don't think the restraining order sent any message?
Yeah.
She still thinks about me.
I bet in her nightmares.
She's like,
$50. Dude,
another
it
fan
was
letter
not.
from Bill again.
Yeah.
You bet a mill. I'll settle for 15.
I still
I'll settle for 15 after our previous conversation.
He's
yeah.
like 15 and maybe a new wallet on the side.
McDouble. No,
McDouble. Chicken Big Mac.
take whatever you got, honestly. Things are hard over here, but it's fine. No, it's fun. Well, I don't know. I was curious. I wasn't sure if that was just something I thought or must be.
No, I mean, there's definitely kids that definitely think they could grow up to be like a lion or a bear or something like that.
I mean, and maybe I was younger, but I vividly remember believing that.
I mean, it depends on how old you were. Because if you were 15, like, I'm gonna be a lion, I might have been like, all right. Like,
okay.
I think you might have had some problems.
Hey, man, the service
You can be
available
a
to kids
lion.
were not there when we were younger, like they are now.
It's true.
Somebody should have talked to me.
Well, you needed more of an imagination when we were kids, though. Nowadays, you got tablets and all that stuff to keep you entertained.
I mean, maybe that's a good point too.
You had to use your imagination for a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm also kind of a dumbass, so you factor that in, and it's hard to say.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, I mean, one thing we all can be right now is excellent connoisseurs of delicious food. And your first stop on that journey should always begin at the one and only Adobo Boy.
Oh, Adobo Boy. I love Adobo Boy. Adobo Boy is the official sponsor of the Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast. Dean, Eddie, and myself, proud Filipino Americans, and we love a delicious Filipino meal. And Adobo Boy delivers just that with their amazing food and vibes that are unmatched in the food industry. Not only do they have delicious food, they also go against the grain of a traditional restaurant and tinker with their menu to bring you an amazing variety of Filipino cuisine. Their menu rotates weekly, so there's always a reason to come back to try more authentic Filipino food. One dish you can always count on is that Red's pork adobo bowl that Dean loves so much.
Mm-hmm.
So much that he knows exactly what's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the people.
Can I tell them in moans? Okay, all right.
Yeah. Adobo Boy is not the official sponsor.
Well, let me tell you what's in it then. Tender pork braised in soy sauce and vinegar on a bed of rice with Jackie's achara, which is a papaya salad, cucumber, and a fried egg. As you should know by now, for the mega fans out there, I like to eat it separate. I like to eat the ingredients separately, as Ace recommends it. Or you can mix it all up like Bill and Ed both do. It's delicious either way. It's worth buying two just to try it for yourself.
Yes, agreed. And while you're there, if the Red's pork adobo isn't there, get the Kuya Collins chicken adobo, which is also a Filipino classic, with tender chicken braised in soy sauce, vinegar, and coconut milk, served with quail eggs, Jackie's papaya salad, and cucumber slices over a bed of rice as well. If you're not looking at adobo, sometimes they have the liempo barbecue.
Ooh.
It's a pork belly, grilled Filipino style with sweetness and smoky flavors, paired with mango salad and a side of rice.
Oh my!
That sounds amazing. That really does.
Yes, we're laughing because Dean won't stop making.
I can't help it now. It's part of the ad. It's part of the vibe.
So, if you're into trying new and different foods or just like some amazing adobo and vibes, stop in and say hi to owners Ace, Jackie, and son DJ Wicked Red, who are amazing people who genuinely care about your experience. Eddie, give the people the pillars, give the people what they want.
Well, you know what they
Oh, yeah.
want. They want that delicious food. But on top of that, what you want when you go to any place, you want to walk in and feel that great vibes, man. You want to smell the delicious food cooking in the air. You want to get up to the register and be greeted by somebody friendly who doesn't seem annoyed by you just being there. And you're not going to see that there. You're going to order this delicious food. And on top of that, you're going to get 5% off your entire bill just by saying Wake Up Podcast. That's 5% off just by saying Wake Up Podcast off your entire bill. So you get to go in, you get to experience the vibes, you get to take in the aromas, you're going to get happy, you're going to go to the register, you're going to be greeted friendly, you're going to order this amazing food, you're going to get to eat the amazing food. And on top of that, you're going to get 5% off just by saying Wake Up Podcast. 5% off just by saying Wake Up Podcast. It's a deal you just cannot beat.
That's awesome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. So if you want that 5% off, you want that delicious adobo, you want those amazing vibes, Adobo Boy is open Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch and 5 to 7:30 for dinner. Saturday, same schedule, except dinner is open until 8:30 p.m. For official hours, because sometimes they will change, go to adoboboygr.com or Facebook Adobo Boy GR. So, Adobo Boy is located at 3740 28th Street Southeast in Kentwood, Michigan, inside the Amazing Food Hall, which has 3 restaurants: the Amazing Myanmar Restaurant, Brunch and Rice, and Adobo Boy. That is right in the middle. So get there, get fed, get happy. It is always better at Adobo Boy.
I mean, you're not wrong, man. It's always a great choice to go to Adobo Boy. Another great choice you can make is purchasing and indulging in those delicious little Halloween candies that get passed out every year.
Perfect size.
Which brings us to this week's Build Your Big 3 Halloween Candy Edition. For those who don't know, Build Your Big 3 is a snake style draft where we draft 1, 2, 3, then back down 3, 2, 1. And again, we are building our big 3 Halloween candies. The order this week is Dean, then me, then Bill. Dean, round 1, pick one. You're on the clock.
Now I didn't realize I was going to be first, and we kind of discussed this before, but so it doesn't have to be like Halloween specific. That is,
I mean,
does it have to be
I would
bite
think-
size? I guess that's the it was trick or treat candy.
You go with what would be thrown into a Halloween bag or bucket. Like,
Okay.
if you say, I don't know, what's something that, like,
12-pack of Fireball.
I guess I've even seen those. I'm like,
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, the candied Boston baked beans, like nobody's really throwing
don't
those
take my
out.
number 1 here, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
This might be
you know what I'm
controversial.
saying.
Circus peanuts.
Yeah, loose circus peanuts.
Loose circus peanuts.
That reminds me, there is a house here in the village I live in where the lady hands out a handful of loose, I think she says I don't know, or roasted, shelled peanuts.
Oh,
Like just a handful of shelled peanuts, just bang into the bag.
okay. That's an interesting. I thought you were going to say like an apple or
No,
some sort
I
of,
can't remember
like
what
a
she said.
handful of marshmallows or something.
I feel like it's not roasted. I feel maybe boiled.
Oh,
Boiled. She
Still.
boils them and has a big pot of them and just throws a handful into the bags. We don't go to that house anymore.
Wait. Oh, they're not like I go to a gas station that has like boiled peanuts in like the pot. Like they're supposed to be like wet. Like you're supposed to like suck on them and stuff. So
Yeah,
she's just throwing
they're
wet peanuts
dry.
into
No, they're dry by the
Okay.
time
So they're not. I mean, I guess they were boiled.
they were
but-
boiled. Yeah.
So that takes away. So she's giving peanuts out that have been dipped in hot water for a while.
Yeah. And
That's pretty
honestly, they're not
much-
bad.
Really? Does she?
I
flavor
ate a couple out of the. I
Were
mean,
they
I wasn't
flavored?
having the kids eat them.
Or
Like they
just-
flavored like peanut.
Well,
Original flavor.
original. That's the original. She's hitting another original. Well, honestly, I didn't think I'd get I didn't know I was number one, but always. But I'm gonna go with the pumpkin Reese's cups. I'll keep a Halloween flavor.
Why don't you just? I was gonna say, why don't you just say Reese's cup?
Because it was Halloween, so.
I know.
But I mean
pumpkins are
Reese's
better.
cups in general, but the pumpkins are better.
The pumpkins probably are the best. That was at the top of my.
That's my Reese's
my
cups
list,
is my
too.
favorite candy by far. So, or Reese's, not Reese's. I used to call them Reese's, but it's Reese's.
Thanks,
So-
Dean.
I was today years old. I always called it Reese's. I didn't know it was Reese's. I was like, oh, I guess
Back
that
in
makes more sense.
1864.
So we give me a history lesson.
So I know I'm third, but so essentially we're just making our three that's available that we would want in our bag.
For sure. I mean,
Right.
picture it as like the mini versions, right? I mean, what you want to get on Halloween.
Well, I
Is a
get that, but
candy.
like I just didn't know if it was like that way that I just said makes more sense than like, oh, what are the three most popular candies that's available to you? You may not like them, but they're the most popular. You know what I mean?
Right. No, pick what you would want. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're
Got it.
building your big three.
Yeah.
That's true.
This is your Mount Rushmore.
We've only done this like, 10 times.
Also, you're talking out of turn,
Just-
so
Just shut up. Shut up, game man. I'll be back.
Yeah. Wait till it's Bill's Balls games, okay? Before you open your stupid trap yet again.
Sorry, boss.
Oh man, this is tough. There's so many good options. I mean, the Reese's pumpkins were certainly at the top. I think they'd be at the top of most lists, to be
think so,
honest.
too. Yeah.
I gotta go with a classic here. One of my favorite candies all time. I'm gonna go with the Snickers.
Yeah. That was,
Gotta go with the Snickers here.
This is my number.
I
two.
mean, no matter what size they came in, the bite size, fun size, whatever, you're like, I'm glad I got that.
yeah, it's always good.
Always good.
All right. I'm going to go with Butterfinger.
Okay.
Controversial.
Is it?
I don't think that would be on most people's list, but I like a
First
good
round?
Butterfinger.
You probably
First
could have made
round?
it your first pick in the second round and it'd be less controversial.
I mean, I would have picked Reese's first.
Right.
too,
Yeah,
But I mean, third pick, Reese's and Snickers, top two, I feel like.
for sure. Yeah. 100%.
And then I'm going to go with Almond Joys.
You're gonna have the
no.
most controversial list on the internet.
I'll go with Skittles because I do like Skittles. Oh no,
Mm,
I like the little packs of Starburst. Little
Okay.
two packers.
Starburst.
Yeah,
The perfect size.
Starburst.
Wow.
Those would have been there in the third round.
those would have been there in the fifth round.
No, I like the Starburst is a good one.
I'm just kidding. But they would have been. Let's see. I got the pick here. Dude, there's still a ton of great choices. Man. I'm struggling here. I'll go with.
Baby Ruth.
I'm gonna go with Twix. I'm gonna go with Twix.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah. I mean,
Dang you.
I know you love that chocolate caramel, Dean.
I do.
Enough, so much to steal. You love it so much you'd steal it if you had to.
I was 10 years old. Leave me alone. It's over.
It's just sticky fingers.
It's been 22 years.
Sticky fingers, Dean.
Leave me alone.
He got caught with a chocolate caramel ring around.
I know. I know.
I mean, I can tell you exactly what happened, how we got caught. Anyway,
Rolling on.
that was on my list, but not anymore. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that is a good one.
It's not a bad one. It's not a bad
I do love
one.
a good Rolo. I'm not gonna
But
lie to you.
I'll tell you, I mean, as far as the list, just my own personal opinion, which you weren't asking for, but I'm giving, is that when you get a Rolo on a Halloween, it's just the single Rolo, and you almost get gypped, right? I mean,
sometimes you get the little pack, like a 4 or whatever, or 3.
Oh no! I mean, now that's worth something.
That's worth something. That's 3 little bites of caramel and chocolate. I used to be a big Milky Way fan, but as I've gotten older, I'm not as into it as much anymore. But I don't know if this would count. You can tell me if I have to pick something else, but I'm gonna stick with the peanut butter theme and peanut butter Snickers. I think that's better than a regular Snickers, but I can pick something else. I
don't really see like that during Halloween.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
There's always still at least 1 or 2 or 3 to 8 my kids
peanut butter Snickers
bags. Yeah. They come in the little bite-sized ones, little yellow packages.
Yeah. Last year I went and
I
bought a bag of those.
Cover it, but apparently not. So peanut butter Snickers.
And then Bill brought up Skittles. And I kind of want to taste the rainbow myself.
Oh my gosh.
But I want it to be spicy. So it's gonna be sour Skittles. That's my third.
Wow, cool. Cool choice.
Sour Skittles, those are the best. They're the
You
best.
sound like a 12-year-old girl.
Sour Skittles? I'd like to see a 12-year-old girl take a mouthful of sour Skittles.
You shouldn't say that.
Oh, what is candy? You pervert.
Rolling on.
Dude, there's so many excellent choices still left.
You have said that all 3 rounds.
Well,
What's wrong with sour Skittles?
Nothing.
You're from a different time.
True. That's true. And I'll stick with a classic. Bill, you said Almond Joy earlier. It's on my list. I'm not taking it here.
Gross.
I'm going to go with a Kit Kat.
Gross. Kit Kat.
Nice.
Well, I've clearly already won this. So.
And I will take...
You?
I've clearly won.
You lost it when you copied the Snickers.
Oh! But I took it with the Reese's.
And then you went with a 9-year-old girl's favorite candy.
What? Does Caitlin like sour Skittles?
Yeah, of course she does. She's 10-year-old girl.
That's because she's smart.
Hey, they're good.
She's living in the modern day. Take your baby Ruth and get out of here.
That was on my list.
I thought about taking the black. I thought about taking the black and orange candies.
Oh, I almost said that as a joke.
I mean, they're really not that bad.
They're not that bad.
But I mean,
compared
they're
to all the other
the
candies.
Yeah, but I'd still eat it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was only.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's what we had left.
Yeah. I would try
after
to eat
the Halloween vulture took the share.
Oh, no. Okay,
You're cut for sitting in the house.
All right, so I'm stuck between two. I'm stuck between two because I like both a lot. It's probably not going to be popular, but I'm going to go with Whoppers.
I like Whoppers. Yeah.
That's a classic Halloween candy, honestly.
I mean, quantity on that one, huh?
Usually get 4 per.
Yeah.
Never seen it lower than that.
Mm-mm. One time we got a handful of loose Whoppers for Halloween.
Boiled
Whoppers.
Fingerprints on the chocolate.
Feeding them to you.
The lady's hand is just covered in chocolate.
It's like you're like trick or treat. She's like, here you go.
Here's a handful of Whoppers.
Dude, there was a time when, like, if we got to choose, like, if we got to go buy a candy, I would try and get like the carton of Whoppers if that's what I could get. You know, I mean, that was short lived, but there was a time. Well, while you guys are thinking of some honorable mentions, I will go over our big threes. Dean had the first pick. He went with Reese's Pumpkins, Peanut Butter Snickers, and Sour Skittles. I was next. I had Snickers, Twix, and Kit Kat. Bill had Butterfinger, Starburst, and Whoppers.
Underrated. No.
I do like Whoppers. Yeah, those are good.
Bill, I feel like your list, it rounded out in its own way. Yeah. A nice eclectic mix there.
I and the funny thing is, like, as a kid, like, Butterfingers weren't at the top of my list ever. But like Trick or Treating with Charlie, I love those things. I'll seek those bad boys out.
They're good.
Butterfingers, yeah, they're good. I wasn't big on them as a kid either, but I like them now.
I liked them as a kid. I think I liked the texture as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
I wasn't into peanut butter as much as a kid. Now I'm just peanut butter heavy.
You got a jar under the desk.
That's not for eating, though.
I think that's a multi-use jar.
Well, did you guys have any honorable mentions you wanted to bring up?
That poor Jeff. Yeah. The other one I was stuck between was Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers.
And I mean M&Ms.
Oh, sure. That would have been good.
Reese's.
Peanut butter M&Ms.
Reese's Pieces.
Oh, so good.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I thought when
Reese's
we were doing
Pieces.
this, I didn't know we were doing specific, like, could I have said Reese's Cups?
You could have. I mean, Dean went with peanut butter Snickers.
Yeah.
I know. After that, I was like, well,
I said I wouldn't take it. You guys said no.
You take whatever you want. I don't get to choose what you choose.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man now.
They are different.
If I want peanut butter Snickers, I'll take a peanut butter Snickers.
I mean, they are different. Like I mean, I also prefer peanut butter Snickers, but I was just going off of
just pure.
You get a Snickers, right? I mean, it's a classic.
If I was to swap it out, I probably would have put in like Three Musketeers or something like that. But
you guys like that, huh?
I do like the Three Musketeers. It's something like that. I don't know if I would have gone with Three Musketeers, but I'm not.
I just feel like there was nothing there. Like
it's
chocolate and then fluff.
I thought if Carmelo's was something, but that doesn't really get served out on Halloween that much.
True.
If at all. So I was like, I can't really go with that. But I could have gone with Rolos, which is another honorable mention.
For me,
cream pies. My favorite Halloween candy is an oatmeal cream pie.
That'd be amazing if somebody threw
that would be pretty sick.
A couple of oatmeal cream pies in
throw little Debs.
Oh. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
One, it's a candy that I pretty much only have around Halloween time, but I always enjoy is like a Mr. Good bar, a Crunch bar,
Crackle,
Crackle. Yeah, I like all those, man. But
You
yeah, I
ever
mean,
think,
Almond Joy was actually on my list, Bill. I love
I
Almond
thought
Joy.
I thought you were gonna
I'm a
pick
Mount.
Mounds.
I like Mounts, even though I mean it's the same thing with just an almond on top.
You
Yeah,
get
I mean,
more
yeah,
with an Almond Joy.
you get a little
You-
protein too because the almond.
Yeah, it's healthy.
It's healthy for you. It's good for you.
it's a good candy.
And Hershey Nuggets, you don't see those get handed out much, but
Mm.
I was
don't
gonna
think
say
I've
a
ever had
Hershey
Those are
bar
nice.
Hershey
in
Nuggets.
general.
oh yeah,
I mean, yeah,
That's like an OG.
that is an
OG, triple OG.
licorice. Anybody?
Yeah, I mean, like a Twizzler, like a
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
fine.
Twizzlers
but
are nice.
I'm not a big fan of Twizzlers.
I've come to really like
No.
Twizzlers, but I still wouldn't.
Same.
I'll
they're,
eat 'em.
They're a good snack.
I'm not gonna not eat it if it's around, but but I'm not
Red
enjoying.
licorice, not black.
I'll eat the black licorice.
I would eat black if I had it. Yeah.
Something like jelly beans. Like I'll eat it if it's in the thing. I'll
Yeah. If it's in the bag,
Yeah.
it's going
Whatever.
down.
I won't enjoy it, but I'll eat it still.
It's the best when they're the jelly beans that aren't the fruit ones. They're like, oh, sweet, it's mint, licorice, and root beer.
Oh, I got buttered popcorn again.
You know, when you were talking about the little orange and black wrapped candies, I thought, you know who who's been on the show, who I would probably does say they like him is Quillet. I could see him having that on his list.
Yeah, no kidding. So, Brian, if you're listening
Yeah,
or
Brian.
watching,
Why don't you comment below? Let us know how you feel.
yeah,
Let us know if that is one of your candies. He'll say no, but then he'll say something just as obscure or not as delicious. Or there's a brand of the orange and black that we don't even know about.
you
That's
you
perfect.
guys don't like Mr. Thomas's ultra authentic caramel?
Ultra authentic
Exactly.
caramel.
So good, so good.
So good. So good.
Oh man.
Well, excellent big threes, you guys. So as we go from tasty treats to the deliciously unknown and get the full scoop during Dean's conspiracy theory of the week.
Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna, I know we talked about it before this, but which one I was gonna do this week. I'm just gonna go with this is a Diddy theory of what, not necessarily kind of what's, no, it's exactly with what's going down. Not the stuff with the kids per se, but just another theory. So I mean, we've all heard what's going on with Diddy and his baby oil, you know. But
Maybe
some
you
are
should be better off with the other one.
that one's purely based off memory. It's not going to be as good. But some are saying that Diddy isn't actually the one in jail right now, but a clone. So as people are saying he's been cloned. So if you look at a regular picture of the diddler, you'll see he has 3 specific, like, I don't know if you call them beauty marks or just facial features or whatever, but he's got like marks under each of his eyes and one on his forehead, like freckles under his eyes and like almost like a mole or something on his forehead. But there's a mug shot of him in a black shirt. If you just look up Diddy clone, it'll be like the first picture that pops up. He has none of those facial features in the picture, and he actually, honestly, if you really look at it, he almost looks alien like. Like the picture, when you start looking at it like that, it starts to seem like creepy. Like it's almost creepy to look at because of just thinking that it probably isn't really him. But yeah, they still say he's some people are thinking he's currently out and about, and that his clone is actually in jail right now while he's still out and free. But another thing that makes this so weird and almost convincing is that Diddy's private jet is still flying around the world making stops. So recently, his jet was seen at the Auckland airport in New Zealand in a spot reserved for private aircraft. And which I guess some people, I mean, I assume that's where you would park a private jet, but some people raise an eyebrow to that because why would his plane be flying around if he's in jail? And why is it going to New Zealand? You know what I mean? Just weird scenarios. Like, I guess he could let somebody else use his jet, but like, why would they? Why would they? You know what I'm saying? And why would he let them? But there's there's an account called Celebrity Jets that's still tracking Diddy's like jet's flight path right now. So it shows right now or maybe not right now, but in New Zealand, but a couple of days before it was seen in Hawaii. And there was also a picture of him getting off of the jet. So then you start, and I don't know if that picture was old or if it was, just to kind of push the theory along. But if that's true of a picture of him getting off the jet, but yet he's supposed to be in jail, the clone thing kind of starts to make more sense because he's rich enough to, if that's like a scientific possibility, which honestly, I think it is. I think they've cloned goats and stuff like that. He could afford to do something like that and maybe nobody would really notice. But I would recommend looking at that picture of him in the black shirt.
I just did.
What do you think?
So no, it's definitely not him. If you like base it off other photos of him, as I'm looking at right now, it looks nothing like him. I mean, it looks like him,
right?
But like, it just doesn't.
I kind of
like,
thought that same thing where I was like, it looks like him, but it almost doesn't look like him at all.
Like his brow is too far. Like his brow is too far down.
Yeah.
Compared to like every other photo of him not in jail.
And it almost looks like alien like, right? Like he almost looks, I don't know. To me, it's like almost a creepy picture.
I don't know if they like cloned him, but it's almost like one of those like lookalikes. Like Elvis impersonators or whatever. Like he literally could look like Sean Combs if
right. Yeah. But there's also another thing as to why all this like Diddy stuff is coming out right now. I don't know if you guys had heard about all the CEOs and stuff for 23andMe, like the ancestry, you know what I mean? Like you could send in your DNA. I don't know if did you guys hear anything about that? Which was planned if you didn't, but so the reason all this Diddy stuff was becoming so big, no, seriously, during the height of it, I mean, it's still pretty big right now,
super ethereal.
Every CEO for 23andMe stepped down and resigned from their jobs from the company. So, and a lot of people are speculating that the reason that they all did this was because during that like national like cyber thing where like cell phone services were down and stuff, like the system got hacked or something like that. I guess the reason, what a lot of people are saying, the reason is because millions of people had their DNA hacked into during that time frame, and now like there's just like people have like information, like their information is out and everywhere, their DNA, family history, everything about them is hacked into and stuff like that. So I heard that that's why all this stuff is coming out, to kind of point you in a direction to where you're not looking at something. I mean, that whole Diddy scenario is very, very serious, but like you're talking millions of people getting their whatever, I don't exactly know, but getting their like DNA hacked into, and for whatever purpose, you know what I'm saying? Information, social security number, everything. So it's like that's what people are saying. That's why this is coming out. And then on top of it, with the whole Diddy thing, is that he's so powerful that honestly, I don't even know if I honestly, you could say that is a lookalike or a clone in place of him, because he's got the money for it. He's powerful enough to do something like that. And that's scary. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he's been getting away with stuff for being rich forever.
Yeah. That's how it goes. And then the dominoes are falling down after him, from what people have said. I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of this stuff, but like Ashton Kutcher and Leonardo DiCaprio and Jay-Z, and I mean, all these guys, like, I mean, Cat Williams has called out Jermaine. Everything in that Cat Williams thing he did with Shannon Sharp, where everybody was like, oh, he's crazy, he's a conspiracy theorist, has honestly started to come to fruition. He said that the whole Diddy thing, he was like, he's going to get got in 2024.
Right. Yeah. He was like 24 is the year.
Yeah.
Of truth.
He's like, and then everybody's going to go down. And it's like good. They should,
For sure.
as they should, 100%. But so I don't know. Guess we'll see what happens.
To rebuke that, actually, I don't want this to come out because they entertain me, and I just want to be entertained. No, I agree. I'm glad it's all coming out, and that if you are listening or watching, go check out that picture, because I just don't think that's him, unless
Diddy
he got
clone. That's all you gotta look up.
Unless he got punched right above the eyes.
So he just beat his forehead. It could be the angle as well.
I mean, there's a ton of pictures.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Of like different angles of him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it just, it doesn't, I don't know.
I agree. No, I agree with you.
I mean, I feel like your believability level is going to be pretty high on this one, Dean. Is that true?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I said, he's rich enough to where if that's a possibility, he could do it. And the picture, even with Bill looking at it, I mean, it is like, I don't think that's him if that's his current mugshot. So I guess I could probably give it like a 6 or 7. The cloning part, I don't know. But then the 23andMe thing too. I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. It's believable, I think. I don't know if there's any real cold hard facts to it other than the 23andMe, that's a whole separate thing. But yeah, I'll give it a 7 just because I believe he has the capability to do something like that if he needed to. And his plane's still flying around. Like, I just don't see, he's not sending people on trips while he's in jail. The only people I could see him letting use his personal jet is family and friends. And why wouldn't they all be? Well, unless he's trying to get people out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's a clone of him. I just think it's a lookalike. That's where my believability would be. It would be like almost like a 8 out of 10 for me looking at these pictures.
Dang.
I guess it may be angle, but like I keep looking and I don't think that's him. That's crazy.
Looks like somebody's finally waking up. Welcome, brother.
Oh man, thanks a lot.
Hard to say. People can doctor photos.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true. I'll get into that next week.
Oh.
Into doctoring photos. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see. Tune in.
Well,
Find out.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Let's make things a little crazier. As we get into the always fun Bills Balls games.
Wacky Bill here, ready to give you the wackiest games around.
He's so zany.
Thank you for having me on, guys. I don't know if this is more of a game rather than it be, I don't know, it's overrated, underrated. There's no winner. I mean, we could make it. Originally, it was going to be like, when I was discussing it with Kate, I was like, maybe I should be like, one takes one and one takes the other, and then you try to convince me which one to go with. But then I was like, let's keep it simple.
Please. I think Eddie definitely wins that one.
I don't know, man. You could be pretty convincing.
It would depend on what the question was, I guess.
I mean, every conspiracy every week, man. You almost convinced me.
You'll be convinced soon. You'll wake up one of these days.
Go, after this, go look
Open
at the
your
picture.
eyes, man.
Open them.
This world is screwed, brother. So just overrated, underrated. Something that people that are listening or watching can play at home as well, or in the car or wherever. And you can disagree with everything we say. So that's what we're here for. I'm here for the games. That's all, my sole purpose of this. Get going, game man.
Soon it'll be
Yeah, we're
Bill's
waiting.
conspiracy theory of the week.
Yeah.
Dean's
All right.
balls games.
We could do that in a wacky, crazy episode. All right. First, I have 6 here.
Okay.
So, first one, overrated or underrated? Applebee's.
Overrated.
I'm gonna go, just for the sake of disagreements, I'm gonna say underrated because of Dan Campbell. He made it better without doing anything. He made it better.
Now they have the 2 for $25, right?
No,
You can get like a couple things on the 2 for $25.
I will say,
Otherwise, it bumps up to 2 for $30, 2 for $35.
I've looked into getting Carside to go and have been pretty disappointed with the options. I'm not gonna lie.
Not to mention how it is when you take it home.
Yeah, especially when, yeah, for sure. I agree with that. But Dan Campbell, he makes it underrated. Employee of the month.
I do agree. I think it's like the middle. I do think, is it the middle tier that's the 3 cheese chicken penne? It's like if you both get the 3 cheese chicken penne, that's $30.
See, that's pasta. Insane. It used to be 2 for $20.
Used to
right.
be.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Applebee's in a while.
I agree. I overrated.
Point for me.
Don't believe in Dan Campbell.
All right. Overrated, underrated. A lot of these I feel like can be overrated. Starbucks.
Oh,
Starbucks is a very popular thing.
That's overrated.
Wildly overrated.
Yeah. For sure.
But they have great coffee.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do drink a Starbucks coffee, but it's usually from the gas station. I just get the cold one because it's just what I like. I think it tastes, I don't know if it tastes better, but it's cheaper.
I mean, I typically just drink regular black coffee, and I can tell you, for me, my personal taste, Starbucks is like my last choice.
I've heard people say that too.
Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I've had like a iced coffee with like some vanilla in it, and like that was good. But I mean, it was vanilla flavoring. It was
that's
it wasn't the Starbucks coffee. I mean,
right.
Unless their vanilla flavoring is super special. But yeah, the ones at the gas station I like.
Yeah, I enjoy those.
As a veteran of the coffee game,
yeah,
I'd say 8.5 years running now. Definitely overrated. Definitely overrated. I was just trying to play devil's advocate, but I mean, and I feel like overrated is not a stretch if we say that, right? I mean, a ton of people will disagree. because they love you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Love
people are all
Starbucks,
about it.
But if you're going purely off of like what Eddie said, like the black coffee, I've heard people say the same thing that you said, that just the regular coffee itself is terrible. But if you're getting like a, like a pumpkin spice latte or, whatever
Still not the best.
cappuccinos they got, I'm sure it's still pretty good though.
I'm
So
a big
Yeah.
I'm a big pumpkin spice latte guy. I don't care.
It's fine.
Why should you?
Yeah.
Well, I got crap for it a couple weeks ago. It was Kate's sister's boyfriend. He's like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I bet you like pumpkin spice lattes. So I was like, I love pumpkin spice lattes. I'll sit here at this soccer game and sip on my latte, I guess. But no,
Pour a little
I
Fireball
love
in there.
Sounds good.
It's a great Saturday morning if it's chilly out. I'm telling you,
doesn't sound bad.
It was
Or
chilly.
right now they have like a apple like swirl thing I just had
put a little
tonight.
Fireball in there.
Yeah. Cinnamon fire.
I mean, and that one
Cinnamon
more
apple.
so than the other.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like I actually got a black coffee. It's like little Fireball in there.
Little Fireball.
As your
You know what?
creamer,
You know what? I put in a little coffee with my Fireball.
Like,
yeah, there you go. Now
I
you're
just got a
talking.
water. You're offering me Fireball for that.
That's one of my
A
favorite.
little Fireball in that water.
Little boozy festive drinks, just to make going out doing whatever. A little Fireball and cider.
Mm.
It's just nice.
Yeah.
Very festive.
Going out for a drive, just a little special boozy drink.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Heading to work. Lunchtime.
For what it's worth, I think McDonald's,
Break
as far as
times at
like
work.
going somewhere, I think McDonald's has like probably one of the best coffees, and then Big B's pumpkin spice latte is very good. Also expensive.
Big B has had some good roasts that I've had over time. I don't know. It's hard. I guess McDonald's probably is up there. Honestly, I didn't want to say it.
No, I mean it is. It's really good. McCafe coffees are really good. Even like the ones you buy in the store.
This is a regular drinkable plain coffee. I mean, they're up there.
Yeah. So okay, Little Caesars, overrated, underrated.
You know the answer here.
It's got to be underrated.
Of course,
underrated. Completely underrated. Yeah, people think they think a lot of people, just because it's cheaper or whatever, think it's not as good. It's like in reality, if you take value, I mean, you can't let it sit, right? Because then it doesn't taste as good. But if you get a fresh Little Caesars, I mean,
if you
that's
brought
right
a
up.
fresh one out on a pan to like a table, I mean, people would be and like they didn't know that's little. Like they should do one of those commercials, right? Like a blind taste test, or it'd be like, oh, this is a new local pizzeria, and then they just bring out a Caesars on a pan.
I would know right away.
A fresh one?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Just looking at
instantly.
Not even look at it blindfolded.
I've seen
just
you
smelled.
before.
I can smell the Caesar on you.
But other people would enjoy it.
Is that an ICB?
Yeah. Is that an ICB? Oh, that's
yes,
funny.
very underrated. I love
Extremely.
Little Caesars, man.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
long
but
as you eat it
again,
right away.
Again, you brought it up. It has to be fresh.
It's not necessarily fresh, but it has to be right away. It has to be. It has to be at least warm still when you eat it.
You've been
on
the
that box. It tastes like the box if you let it sit there for a while.
I think I told you, did I start running the air fryer there to reheat, and it's pretty darn good.
That's true. I need to get an air fryer.
Are you guys like soft crazy bread or hard crazy bread?
Soft.
They have hard crazy bread?
Dude, I've gotten hard crazy bread more than you know.
Oof.
Yeah.
More than you know.
You got some old crazy bread.
Yeah, dude, it's not great.
Ethan, hard crazy. I'm a hard crazy bread guy.
Can I get that stale, please? That's my preference.
Soft crazy bread for sure.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm because they've made them too where it's not stale. They just overcooked it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's
All right. Next up, having a pet.
Overrated.
I would probably say overrated too. But I mean,
It's
it's
not a
I mean,
probably.
it
It's not
depends on the
probably.
person you are though too, I imagine. You know.
Yeah, the weirdos.
I am going through new dog ownership right now, and it is not all it's cracked up to be.
Of course not.
Never is.
It's terrible.
It's
It's work. After
She
work, amongst
chewed.
having to take care of a family.
She chewed a hole in our carpet, and we don't even know how because we don't let her be by herself that long.
Just over time.
Newer carpet, right in the middle.
Awesome.
It's always fun.
Overrated, but I love her.
Sure.
Stupid little wiener dog. All right, next up, living in the city.
Wait, well, you mean like
Yeah, I mean,
downtown or like
Do people
right?
think
I
that's
mean, like,
great or not great? I don't even know how people feel about that in general.
about what?
Living in the
about
city.
I feel like it's always a 50-50 type of split. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
some people
Well,
would be like,
it's
I
to
have
you.
to.
It's not to like what people.
Oh,
Right. No, living in the city. I mean, if people think it's good, then it's overrated. For sure. The traffic, it's just
It's
people.
the people. There's just constantly all the time. There's just bad drivers everywhere, as Bill has pointed out for the last 3 weeks in his his prologue there.
it
Yeah,
never
no,
stops.
it really doesn't. It never stops. It's just constant traffic all the time, unless you're going at like, midnight. It's like, where am I going? There's nothing open at midnight anymore, so where would you even go? So it's like, cool.
I mean, I guess people would love it, like living in New York City, but like, I don't know if I could do that.
I couldn't even imagine living in downtown Grand Rapids. I think that'd be horrible. It'd be terrible all the time. I'm not even in downtown Grand Rapids that much currently, and I hate every second.
Eddie, you got a rebuttal for that? I know you're a big nightlife person. Well, you not now, but I mean, back when we were younger.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's overrated or underrated. I guess if I have to choose, probably overrated. I mean, it's great. It just depends what you want to, how you want to live, man.
That's really what it
when I
boils
was
down
younger, I was wanting to go out and do stuff on a regular basis. So yeah, living in the city then. Now I live in a small village and I enjoy this way more than I can imagine living in downtown Grand Rapids. I mean, I don't want that at all.
No.
But when I was 23, sure.
I wouldn't be
Right.
able to do that when I was 23.
I mean, no, I think that's right up my alley at 23.
Yeah.
Go walking around, do the stuff, whatever. Like I would definitely be, but now, dude, you got to pay me to get out and do that stuff. Now I don't even know if I want to go out and do things like that anymore, for the most part. So,
Right.
yeah, I mean, right now it's overrated.
And that's to you. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's to what people like. I mean, there's people that go their whole lives that want to live directly in the city, and I have to drive anywhere, walk. You work in the city, and then there's people. I mean, even we know a lot of people that would rather just live in the country and think that living in the city is overrated. So,
For sure.
all right, last one: expensive cars, overrated, underrated.
I mean, I say overrated, but
Like a brand new car. I would say overrated as well, but the only thing is like, I mean, you know you're getting something good when it's brand new and expensive most of the time. But just because it's expensive doesn't mean that it's going to be brand new or good, you know. So that's why I would say overrated, just because there's no guarantee because it's expensive that it's good.
I mean, I've always felt like if I won the lottery, I would still just drive my car that I have now, you know, and it's not fancy even a little. So I don't know. It's just not something that's ever been like a big thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'd get like an SUV or something too, but like nothing like
Right. I'm
I
not
just-
gonna
I
go get a
don't-
McLaren. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't
go buy a
that's
Rolls
not for me.
Exactly.
Like
And
I'd love to
that's-
like get out on a track and drive one. Like that'd be
Yeah,
fun, but I don't need to own one.
Yeah.
Or need it as a daily driver.
Right.
You know?
Well, and
Right.
you know, and to me, like I did a lot of thinking about this day because I saw a lot of nice cars, and I'm like, you know, obviously, if you have the money to do it and whatever, that's
Yeah, it's
your
cool.
choice and whatnot.
Sure.
But it goes like perfect example. I got into it with this guy at work, and he was blocking an exit. I was trying to leave, so I just sat there, and he got mad at me because I wanted to leave out through the exit. Fast forward, he says to me, he was in a Porsche, and he looks at me and he goes, look at what I drive and look at what you drive. Mind you, I was in a work vehicle anyway, but regardless. And I'm like, and all I said to him was like, what does that matter? Is what I said. I was like, why
Yeah.
does that matter? And he's like,
what does that
you
even
know,
mean, dude?
right. And I was thinking about that today, and because I saw a Porsche, and I'm like, they both do the same thing. Yes, that's cool that you have a Porsche, but like it doesn't hurt my feelings that I don't have a Porsche.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have a car that goes from A to B, B to A. You know what I mean? It's I've never forgot the guy saying that to
Just
me.
the entitlement of him, you know.
Right.
Like, what does that got to do with this right now?
Yeah.
It was-
What happens if I knock you out while you're sitting in
Yeah.
your Porsche?
What if I beat the living out of you
Yeah.
I got out
What
of my
happens then?
right now?
I got out of my truck because he had said, he was like, he goes, get the F out of here. And so I stopped and I got out and I go, what did you say? He goes, just get the F out of here. And I go, what's your deal? He goes, you see what I drive and you see what you drive? And I go, why does that matter?
You think I drive this
Like,
around
you see what I'm
regularly?
packing? You see what you're packing?
You want Jack Johnson?
You want Rizzoli or Isles?
So I only say it's overrated because of the functions that it does. Like if you really like, if it gets you from A to B, B to A, then that. But if you can afford it, that's fine. I'm not hating on you for it. It's just
No, it's cool. Like if you want to go out and get that, and that's like your thing, like that's awesome.
Right.
Good for you, man. Like,
right.
but yeah, I mean, as a status thing, or like to make yourself feel better over somebody else,
Right.
Like that's stupid.
My thing is, he said that to you, but it's like clearly you're not driving that around in your
I know.
regular everyday
know.
life. Like
I know.
you're clearly working. Like, yeah, I drive. This is my baby right here. Just
Yeah.
got her off the lot today.
Think of all the
Yeah.
things I can haul back there, man.
Think of all the stuff I put in this bad boy, huh?
It just was so out
I
there.
could put 3 Porsches in there.
Which is
That's my
exactly
daily.
why-
That's my baby right there.
verbatim go, why does that even matter right now?
It doesn't.
And that's when he was like, just get the F out of here. I go, you have a blessed day. He goes, yeah, whatever. It's like, have a blessed day.
You got a headlight out.
Yeah.
You see what you're driving? You got an out headlight, you piece of shit.
So, all right, that was the last one. Again, if you have an expensive car, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on you for it. It's just
If it's for a
don't
status.
use it as leverage of status over someone.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
No.
It made
doesn't.
no sense.
Well, I mean, because like,
Of course,
end
he
of
was
the day,
blocking you
like-
as it too. So
if you're trying to say that like you're richer or you have more money, like people can get cars and not have a lot of money.
Yeah.
right.
For sure.
That's
You know?
that's in that the way his tone was. That's exactly what he was trying to do. Obviously,
right.
Yeah.
You could live with your mom. Just be making crazy payments on that thing. I don't know you. Like,
Well,
exactly.
you could be, yeah. There's so many different options to how you have whatever you have that none of that matters. That's why I'm like, okay, exactly. That's when you're like, that doesn't. What does that matter? Like,
It didn't.
what do you mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, you could be living at home, or you could be back 8 payments on this thing, and they're about to repo you. Like, what are you talking? Like, I have no idea.
you should have said
Just-
the difference is I don't care if I hit your vehicle with this thing. You know?
Yeah.
Like, but you're gonna care a lot more if I hit you.
Well, and you know, to your point, Ed, I see it every day. Like just driving through the city, like downtown. You know, these people. There's people that live in houses that don't look great, but they have, you know, a really nice Cadillac or a Yukon sitting in the driveway. And, you know, it's not about, I don't know.
Maybe the
Needless to
inside
say,
of
I
it.
mean, that's what their priority is, right? Like their priority is having a nice car over a nice house. And that's fine. But, you know, to your point, like you can get an expensive car and not have a lot of other
Yeah.
stuff.
So, like that, it means nothing.
It
Right.
really doesn't.
Crazy
Well-
interaction.
Yeah, no kidding. Fun game as always.
Yeah.
Get pretty serious. At the end.
For
Wacky
those
zany.
those of you out there, let us know what you thought was overrated or underrated during Bills Balls games. What you thought of Dean's conspiracy theory of the week, and of course, what we missed when we built our big 3, and what your favorite Halloween candy is. That'll do it for this episode. We will see you next week on Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast.
Like it's
Here we go.